Namaste, Sitaram, a pleasant good morning. Welcome to Rudraaya. I'm your host, Nisha Sharma, and Rudraaya is being brought to you with the kind compliments of Maharudradev Mandir. And of course, our Mandir is located at 850 Tapscott Road, Unit 34 in Scarborough, with Tapscott and McNichol being our closest intersection. So I know many of you viewed our program last week where we spoke about COVID-19, the virus that has become so rampant now. And of course, as the days go by, the situation is becoming worse. So we would like to let you know as well, remind you that Maharudradev Mandir remains closed to the public during this time. And as we are abiding by the state of emergency that has been declared by our Premier. So for now, we'll join our spiritual leader who has an important message as well regarding COVID-19 relating to our scriptures. So very informative and very interesting. I'd like to introduce you to our spiritual leader, Pandit Ravi Sharma, for our pravachan. Enjoy.
Guru Charana Kamala Bali Hari Re Mere Man Ki Dube Rahata Guru Charana Kamala Balihari Mere man ki dube rahatari re Sagar mein niraya para सुधारी रे मानुष ते असुधारी गुरु चरण कमल बलिहारी रे गुरु चरण कमल बलिहारी रे गुरु चरण कमल बलिहारी रे.
Dear devotees, once again, it is my pleasure to be in the company of you and yours. This morning, Gajendra, the very powerful king of elephants, was most powerful and strong and sporting in the beautiful lush green forest lands in the valley of the Trikuta mountains, along with his herd of female companions. After a while, exhausted, they all entered into a beautiful lake to quench their thirst. Unaware of the danger awaiting them in the form of a crocodile, they started sporting in the waters. This Makri, this crocodile dwelling in this lake, seized the foot of the king elephant and started dragging it into the waters. The elephant, on the other hand, they tried with all its might and strength to release itself from the jaws of the crocodile, but in vain. There ensued a great tug of war between the two, and all the other elephants they tried to help, but having failed, left the side. The crocodile seemed to become stronger and stronger while the lonely elephant started getting exhausted. At that point of time, realizing its utter helplessness, the elephant sought refuge at the feet of the Lord. Gajendra plucked the lotus, a Padma, a lotus from the lake, and he held it up in his trunk and he invoked Shri Hari, Bhagwan Narayan, with a beautiful, ardent prayer. Narayana Akilo Guru Bhagavana Namaste. The entire invocation is called as Gajendra Stuti. The Lord, known as the Savior of the afflicted, out of infinite compassion, he alighted upon his vehicle Garuda and immediately came to the rescue of Gajendra. Bhagwan Shri Hari, Bhagwan Narayan, he released his Sudarshan Chakra, which instantly killed the crocodile. The Lord himself, he pulled Gajendra out of the lake and rescued him. Devotees, the spiritual significance of this, in a nutshell, tells us Gajendra represents an individual living amidst temptations, fallen into the lake of samsara and seized by the crocodile called as the ego. Any amount of effort to get released from this monstrous ego becomes futile. Left all alone in life's journey, the only refuge is the Lord. And so at the moment we invoke the Lord with all our faith, devotion and knowledge, represented by the lotus. The Lord immediately comes and he saves us from drowning in the pool of samsara. The ego is destroyed by the Sudarshan Chakra. When the ego is eliminated, what remains is Sudarshan, the divine vision, the state of enlightenment. Devotees, I promise you that next week we will sing this Gajendra Stuti. It is a beautiful, most powerful prayer that explains of this essence of a devotee's prayer that they had towards the Lord. May the blessings of the Lord be upon each and every one of you. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Sam Samunder, Extra Staffing Solutions. Sam and his team have been providing quality temporary staffing to various companies throughout the GTA since 2001. We have competitive rates, we take care of all your recruitment needs and payroll cost, and we provide transportation. Our friendly and knowledgeable recruiters are here to assist you, whether you are looking for permanent or temporary employees, for industrial or office needs. So call us now at 647-693-7745 or visit our website at www.extrastaffing.ca. My dear viewers, I hope you've enjoyed this morning's pravachan, and as it has been told in our scriptures, what we are living today has been sort of defined many years ago, and as you've heard today in our scripture, it also defines the situation that we are right now facing with this COVID-19. And for that, our mandir remains closed to the public. Pandit Ravi, our priest, will continue to perform puja solely by themselves. However, it remains closed to the public. I'll now like to introduce you to our own Dr. Sachin Ramkisoon.
Sitaram and welcome to Health Corner. I am Dr. Sachin Ramkisoon, and today is the second episode in our 7-part series on mental health. Today we are discussing depression, the most common mental illness. Major depression is very prevalent in society, and it is estimated that 1 in 5 people will be diagnosed with depression in their lifetime. Depression is twice as common in females as compared to males, but the reason for this is unclear. It may be that females are more likely to seek help when experiencing symptoms, where males are less likely to seek help and be diagnosed. Depression is the #1 cause of disability worldwide and accounts for the most days of missed work as compared to any other health condition. Depression is a mood disorder that causes a persistent feeling of sadness and loss of interest. It affects the way you feel, how you think, how you behave, and can lead to a variety of emotional and physical problems. Depression is different from brief episodes of sadness. The diagnosis of major depression is based on a prolonged period of sadness, emptiness, or hopelessness that has other key features. Some lose interest in activities they previously enjoyed doing, may have sleep disturbances, lack of energy, appetite changes, agitation, trouble thinking or concentrating, and thoughts of death or suicide. Depression can also cause unexplained physical problems too, such as chronic headaches and back or body pain. In fact, chronic depression can lead to a weaker immune system and higher rates of infection. People can develop depression at any time in their life, but there is a peak around the ages 30 to 40 and then again at age 50 to 60. The symptoms of depression in children and teens are slightly different and often more difficult to pick up. For example, in younger children, they may be irritable, excessively worry, complain of unexplained aches and pains, refuse to go to school, or refuse to eat. In teens, they may have more anger, poor school performance, poor attendance, avoid social interactions, and may start using drugs or alcohol to cope. Another important population that often presents differently is the elderly. Depression is not a normal part of growing older, and it should not be brushed aside as part of the aging process. Older people with depression may have more memory difficulties, personality changes, physical aches or pains, not wanting to go out and socialize, isolation, extreme fatigue, and thoughts of suicide, especially in elderly males. The exact cause of depression is unknown, but it is a combination of genetics, brain chemistry, environment, and hormones. Depression is more common in people who have a family history of depression. Head injuries, strokes, and major physical illnesses can also lead to depression. Changes in hormones can trigger depression, as seen after pregnancy and menopause. One of the most important points to note is that people with depression have physical changes in their brain. and the longer they are depressed, the more difficult it is to treat or recover from depression. There is no sure way to prevent depression. However, early recognition is the key, and that is why I have focused on recognizing the symptoms of depression. If you or a loved one have these symptoms, then reaching out to your physician or counselor is the first step. Treatment options include psychotherapy, antidepressant medications, cognitive behavioral therapy, and shock therapy for resistant cases. Peaceful meditation and physical exercise are well-established treatment adjuncts for treating depressions. Supplements such as St. John wort and omega-3 fatty acids are being studied as well. Depression is an illness much like any other physical disease, and so the person should not be blamed or taken lightly. It requires understanding from all of us to overcome the negative stigma that currently surrounds depression. I hope this discussion on depression has been useful to you, as I am sure it will speak to many of us in one way or another. Thank you for joining me on Health Corner, and I look forward to speaking with you again next week on Rudraaya.
Sam Samunder, Extra Staffing Solutions. Sam and his team have been providing quality temporary staffing to various companies throughout the GTA since 2001. We have competitive rates, we take care of all your recruitment needs and payroll cost, and we provide transportation. Our friendly and knowledgeable recruiters are here to assist you, whether you are looking for permanent or temporary employees, for industrial or office needs. So call us now at 647-693-7745 or visit our website at www.extrastaffing.ca. Employees for industrial or office needs. So call us now at 647-693-7745 or visit our website at www.extrastaffing.ca.
कहो एक बार ही मित्रों, सनातन धर्म की जय हो। कहो एक बार ही मित्रों, सनातन धर्म की जय हो। करो प्रचार दुनिया की, करो प्रचार दुनिया की, सनातन धर्म की जय हो। सनातन धर्म है सच्चा, तो गाया जिसको वेदों में। सनातन धर्म है सच्चा, जो गाया जिसको वेदों में। लगाओ मन इसी में तुम, सनातन धर्म की जय हो। कहो एक बार ही मित्रों, सनातन धर्म की जय हो। सनातन धर्म रक्षा हित, हजारों कदम मरे रन में। सनातन धर्म रक्षा हित, हजारों कदम मरे रन में। कभी मुख को नहीं मोरा, सनातन धर्म की जय हो। कहो एक बार ही मित्रों, सनातन धर्म की जय हो। पर चाहे कष्ट लाखों में, न चोरो धर्म अपने में। भले ही प्राण तक जावे, सनातन धर्म की जय हो। कहो एक बार ही मित्रों, सनातन धर्म की जय हो। ऋषि संतान होने का जो धावा मन में करते हो, न चोरो कर्म में भी सनातन धर्म की जय हो। कहो एक बार ही मित्रों, सनातन धर्म की जय हो। करो प्रचार दुनिया की, सनातन धर्म की जय हो। कहो एक बार ही मित्रों, सनातन धर्म की जय हो।
My dear viewers, I hope you've enjoyed the second pod series of the COVID-19 brought to you by our own Dr. Sachin Ramkisoon. And we move right into our corporate segment. I'd like to introduce you to Kamalji from Lotus Funeral Home.
Sitaram and Namaste. My name is Kamal Bardwaj, and I'm the owner of Lotus Funeral and Cremation Center in Toronto and Kitchener Funeral Homes and Crematorium in Kitchener. I'm also a licensed funeral director. Memorial cards are small, sturdy cards about the size of playing cards that offer a tribute to the deceased. Their use is not necessarily limited to funerals. You will also find them distributed at visitations, wakes, memorial services, and a celebration of life. Memorial cards are referred to by a variety of names. They may be called funeral cards, memorial cards, or prayer cards. Regardless of what they are called, the cards are popular as a meaningful keepsake for those who attend services for the deceased. Memorial cards are normally religious or devotional. They typically feature a photo of the deceased and an inspirational image on the front. In reality, you can design the cards in any fashion you like. At Lotus Funeral and Cremation Center and at Kitchener Funeral Homes and Crematorium, we operate 7 days a week and 24 hours a day. Our crematorium is located in our building, so we never have to leave our building in cold or bad weather for cremation. Our crematorium space can have a large group of people to attend the witnessing of the cremation as well. For Hindu families, we can provide all the puja items, including fresh leaves and a havan kund. We have large halls that can accommodate 500 seating to smaller ones. We are centrally located for families in the west and for families in the east. For more information, please contact me from the telephone number on your screen. Thank you for watching, and see you next week on Rudraaya. Sitaram.
Life is beautiful, but death is inevitable. I realized this when my dad passed away. So much pain, and amidst all this, the worry of arranging a funeral. Thankfully, in all this, Kamal stood by me. From the viewing to the cremation, he arranged it all at one location. Once someone is gone, they don't come back. But Lotus Funeral Home knows how to give them a respectable farewell.
Lotus Funeral Home. Life must be celebrated.
लक्ष्मी महारानी, मैं पूजा करूं तुम्हारी। धन लक्ष्मी महारानी, मैं पूजा करूं तुम्हारी। लक्ष्मी सुखदाता, दुर्गा दुर्गा विनाशिनी माता। तुम लक्ष्मी सुखदाता, दुर्गा दुर्गा विनाशिनी माता। जो सत्य तेरी कल्याणी, गौरी मंगल सब सत्य देवी कल्याणी, हरि मंगल सब गुणधारी। धन धन महारानी, मैं पूजा करूं तुम्हारी। उमा माधवी चंडी ज्वाला, देवी बेगी मोहि दयाला। उमा माधवी चंडी ज्वाला, देवी बेगी मोहि दयाला तुम हिंगला च महारानी तुम शीतल रूपी ज्ञानी लक्ष्मी महारानी मैं पूजा करूं तुम्हारी सिंहवाहिनी जय जय माता जय जय त्रिभुवन सुखदाता सिंहवाहिनी जय जगमाता जय जय त्रिभुवन सुखदाता तू ही वैष्णवी अरुरूप रानी तू ही शारदा ब्रह्मानी ओ तू ही वैष्णवी अरुरूप रानी तू ही शारदा ब्रह्मानी धन लक्ष्मी महारानी.
My dear viewers, we've come to the end of another segment of Rudraaya. I hope you've enjoyed this morning's segment. It was a very, very informative segment. And you know, over this past 2 weeks, we have also experienced a lot of death in families, very close families to our devotees right here at Maharujadip Mandir. So we want to sort of end off with a prayer as well as a song that is dedicated to all those departed souls and of course the family of those who have been left behind and is also facing this dilemma of COVID-19. So our hearts and our prayers go out to you during this time. We'd like to thank our kind sponsors at Maharujadip Mandir as well as our executive producer Gary Khan for making Rudraaya possible. We do remind you that Maharujadip Mandir remains closed to the public during this time. We'd like to remind you at this time during this COVID-19, just remember to count your blessings because there are many out there who are not as healthy as you are or who doesn't know where their next paycheck is coming from. So we want to remind you to please count your blessings because things, even though they could get better, they could actually get really worse. So until we meet again next week, have a blessed week. Namaste.
जय दुर्गा लक्ष्मी सरस्वती काली जगन्माता
जय दुर्गा लक्ष्मी सरस्वती काली जगन्माता
जय दुर्गा
जय शिव जी की जय
हे
जय
पार्वती पति शिव जी की जय 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 जय
भोले की जय जय शिव जी की जय जय भोले की जय जय शिव जी की जय जय भोले की जय जय शिव जी की जय जय